Hey guys, I'm the Slifer Slacker, and welcome to a video. JCD offered me a chance to throw up a video of mine on here, so I took it. Love the idea. And here I am. Any of you ever read the GX manga? It's weird. I love it, but it's weird. It's also the reason we have some of our shittiest and best hero cards. Though a lot of them were revamped for the better when they were put out by Konami, but not all of them were better off. And as YouTube's very own knockoff Jaden Yuki, I'd love to share some of the best, but mostly unaltered effects of existing release ones with a couple exclusive they had to offer. Starting out at number 10, we have the manga version of Elemental Hero Inferno. Well, he's practically the same as our regular old not good enough to be an Omni hero, except he's actually got a decent bonus effect. He lets you recycle a spell from your graveyard on destruction. Alright, not amazing by today's standards, but this was from the time where Dark Magician of Chaos was banned, so it makes sense they left this off the official print. Come on, I'm grasping at straws here. At number 9, we have the manga version of Elemental Hero Ice Edge. Unlike the real card's kind of mediocre Amethyst Cat-like effect with some back row removal, this guy is a pretty effective wall. He's invincible to all your opponent's monsters unless they run a level 3 or lower, which is not the most common thing in the world. Okay, he's not exactly Marshmelon, but he's low on the list for a reason. I could still see this having some pretty decent play if it was printed with this effect, at least more than he sees now. It's a shame, too. He's like the baby version of Absolute Zero, and I love that card. It's my favorite card of all time, in fact. At 8 is Elemental Hero Voltic. I'd actually put him on very similar footing to his real-world card, since they're both very useful effects, just for slightly different situations. This Voltic basically gives you burial from a different dimension, but to all of your cards. Sure, they only go back to the grave, but that's just asking for some kind of crazy loop or combo setup shenanigans. Though it still only works if you do battle damage, but I mean, still, that's crazy. Like, I could really see that doing something nuts. What specifically? I don't know. I'm a Slifer Slacker for a reason. Do I look like an Obelisk Blue? No, I don't know. Stop asking me these things. You think I want Crowler to lock me in the basement like that other kid? No, I'm not doing that. It's not happening. Number 7 is Elemental Hero Gaia. He's still the same card, except he keeps the attack reduction and attack gain in play forever. That would have been a pretty big beatstick to keep around for longer than a turn, especially in those days. Probably wouldn't be much now, but listen, I'm a sucker for those big number beaters, and if this card had this effect when it was printed, it would have been a very, very dangerous OTK enabler, let's be honest. Number 6 is Masked Hero Diane. Diane? Same kind of deal here as in real life, but she can summon anything. Any level 4 or lower, doesn't matter what. That's a pretty damn exploitable effect if I've ever seen one. Again, it has to be destroyed by battle, but still, there's a lot of shit that could pop off from that. I mean, imagine the combos. Number 5 is actually a card that is a manga exclusive, for once. Protection of the Elements. It's your standard archetypal Solemn Judgment type effect. Think, what's that card called? What's it called? What's the card called? Champion's Vigilance. It's Champion's Vigilance, but for heroes. But it has the really interesting cost of banishing a hero to have it return to the field at the end phase. For those of you who never played Junk Archer, which I imagine is most of you who aren't me, that means it isn't a special summon when it's brought back, which would bypass the can only be fusion summoned rule on most hero fusions. So you could combo this with, say, Absolute Zero, again, for a devastating board wipe along with back row negate. Then you can get him back. It's like my personal dream come true. I really wish they made this one. Heroes really need some protection. I mean, like, they have Featherwind, but like, it's Featherwind. Why would you ever play Featherwind? That card sucks. Like what are you gonna do? You gonna summon Avion? Is that what you want to do? You want to be like Jaden? You want to lose? Number 4 is Elemental Hero Core. Now, I actually really like the version of the card we already have, but the original is pretty damn great in his own right. He flat out doubles his attack in battle no matter what. Whether you're attacking, your opponent's attacking, doesn't matter. He's always doubled in battle, which is a 54 attack beater, which is a very respectable number. And if he runs over something, which, let's face it, without a tech stat, he will, you get to pop 2 cards on your opponent's board. 2 cards! His floating effect is unfortunately limited to just Terra Firma, which is lame, but those first effects more than make him worth the cost of his summon. I would love to kind of see, like, a hybrid of this in the real one we got, where, like, it has the popping effect, which is amazing, way better than the one we actually got, and also being able to revive any hero fusion from your graveyard ignoring summoning. That is just great. I would love to see, like, a card like that. That I wish that was printed that way, because that would have been awesome. Would have made the card way more playable, I think. Number 3 is Elemental Hero Flash. For a name as iconic as that, I'm glad at least the original version wasn't the awful sack of trash that was the official release. This guy just flat out lets you recycle a spell or trap if he hits the grave. No mistiming, no once per turn, not even a destroyed by battle restriction like Rottweiler. This guy would have been insanely busted. He would have been a staple in a heartbeat if he kept this effect, not even just for heroes. I bet players would just run him for that amount of fucking recovery. That is insane. It is super unbalanced, and I love it. Just picture the combos. Picture the combos. This would be banned almost instantly. This is crazy. I love it so much. For the record, the best Flash is Jay Garrick. Number 2 is the original version of Legacy of a Hero. Now, I think the card we actually got was already good, but the original is just disgusting. It's disgusting how overpowered it is. 2 level 4 or higher heroes in your grave to just draw 3 on the spot? That isn't a cost. That's a formality. This sucker shoves Pot of Greed in a locker, steals its lunch money, and laughs at him for being a loser. You think Blue Eyes Exodia was popular back in the day? Get ready for Elemental Hero Exodia. I can't tell if this is better or worse without the recycling ability, because on one hand the recycling is great, but again, just draw 3. Just draw 3? I don't know what the mangaka was thinking when he made this. This is crazy, and I love it though. I think it's amazing. It's nuts. And our number 1 best hero card of the manga is Construct Element, another card that was never made. Now, you could debate that this card isn't as good as Flash or Legacy, but who cares, man? This thing is so batshit crazy, it has to be number 1. It's a quick play that lets you just swap out your entire board of fusions for different ones. Apply floating and summon effects and all. Not even Master Rule 4 would kill how ridiculously nuts an effect like this is. Imagine wiping out your opponent's board, playing this, summoning a whole new board, and OTKing even harder. This is the definition of a win more card. It is crazy. Like, they're treated as fusion summons. You could just do that. Imagine if this card was real. It's crazy. I love it. It would be banned so quickly. I can't believe that this is a real card the manga made. Like, and it's fucking nuts. Like, imagine just sending Absolute Zero back alone for something big and beefy. And then, like, assuming even you're not sending Absolute Zero, you could use all of their fucking summoning effects, do all this nut shit, then fucking, I don't even know how the rulings of this work. Maybe you could summon the same cards again. It doesn't specify you can't, so this thing is nuts. It's a goddamn mess of a card, and I so want it to be made. Please, Konami, I will sell you my entire collection of polymerizations for this. And that's a video. I hope you guys enjoyed this look into the wacky world of the GX manga, of which I'm sure you've already probably passingly familiar with already. Would you guys have liked to see some of these cards printed, or created at all, the way they were presented here? Let me know in the comment down below. And if you enjoyed this, be sure to check out my channel at youtube.com/c/thesliferslacker. I'm a big Yu-Gi-Oh! Hippie loser who loves to ramble on for minutes on end, particularly about e-heroes and Blue Eyes. Thanks for JCD for having me. Remember to always have a great day, and even better tomorrow, and always to get your game on.
Shutting out with the crew in the schoolyard. Run trouble, never looking too hard. Pick at class, never toss that. Got the hand moves, tough time. Hot class.